Sometimes you get something because you hope that you're going to like it because it sounds so freaking cool. And that is the case with John Company, along with Pax Pamir, but I'm not going to open up that just yet. I'm just going to open up John Company, a game of negotiation that I really can't wait to try at some point. Ties to the East India Company run deep in your family. A few of your nephews are serving in the Army of Bombay under the supervision of your eldest son. After cashing in some favors, your youngest family member has secured a position in Parliament. Now, a fresh scandal threatens the doddering chairman. This is your moment to seize control of the company. Will you build the most powerful corporation the world has ever seen, or help destroy it? So, it's an interactive historical game about the rise and fall of the British East India Company from the designer of Root, Pax, Pamir, and Oath. We take the roles of ambitious families out to make a name for themselves. This is John Company from Cole Wehrle and Whirligig Games. So Cole Wehrle is, the designer who is most known for some leader games titles, both Root and Oath. However, he is also, along with, I believe, his brother, run Whirligig Games, which is responsible for Pax Pamir, of which I have the new second edition. And then this is the second edition of John Company. This was a Kickstarter that came out a year ago or something like that, and it, along with Pax Pamir, were both available, and I just could not say no to this, even if it's potentially not the game for me. It looks so freaking cool, and I do love history. I love a lot of historical elements to games, and this is super interesting because I have no clue what's going on. I'm going to be honest, guys. It's been so long since I backed this that this looks like a small game version of Santorini with all of the different levels to the buildings, except it is also an absolute, soul-crushing focus on historical era of the British East India Trading Company. It's been so long, guys, I've forgotten so much about this. All I know is that it sounded like a negotiation game set in a historical time period that I would find enjoyable. And so I took a dive on it. And also, Whirligig makes some really pretty games. Pax Pamir 2nd Edition. Can't wait to open that up. I've also got... I don't know if I actually brought the coins and stuff that go along with Pax Pamir. Maybe that's at my house? I don't know where those are. Anyways, these are cards, and those are discs. And these cards and those discs make up some of the things in this game. And these cards are used to display information in the game. And then once they have displayed that information, players have the ability to use the cards for what those cards say. And also, those feel really good. Wow. You can also use the cards to think about what other players might have in their hands if they also have cards in their hands. Some cards have different backs to them and different information. The cards with different information are going to be used in different ways given what information is on them. Some cards are different sizes. The different sized cards are usually about different sized things in the game, not necessarily small cards with small things, but sometimes big cards with big things. These cards have different colors and again, different pictures and words. These cards are also of the same size, but have different things printed on them for the sake of completing different things in the game. Those are higher than what this allows, which means I will probably need to change that at some point. These are metal pieces that inside bags are in individual bags. That is understandable, but obnoxious. that will be rectified shortly. These are metal flags, which look very pretty. In the game, the flags are used to signify things that other components are not used to signify. So we'll go ahead and get those settled out. This is a plastic bag that holds simply just the bottom and top of something that clasps together. What clasps together with that, I do not know, but I will find it out at some point. Or I will not. This is a big elephant. These are the other two halves of those things that then clasp together. That makes more sense and will likely have some relevance at some point. These are all bags which look like they will be parceled out into other portions, but I do not believe that I have even found a rule book yet. Moving on, there's dice. There we go. This looks like the beginning of papers. Papers in a game usually hold words, and on those papers, these words tendency have word things. This is second rules, edition rules of play. These are handbooks and are reference points. They have lots of symbols on them and colors and numbers and words, and these generally give a sense of what to do with the cards and the other stuff. The suggested tray organizations is what I will now focus on as I try to figure out what in the holy hell is happening here. So, those are already split into those things. This is here. That makes sense. Those things make sense. I have gotten those things. Dice go in there, apparently. So we will put dice in there. Dice are now in there, following rules. These big things are now in here, but that looks like definitely not enough room for that. I will now put other things in there. Maybe those are other portions, but still does not make sense to me. So let us see if the portions of that will go there. That looks like it can have 5 things. I will now put 5 things together. This is a game with components, and these components typically do certain things whenever you use them in the game. And these game pieces are all going to go there. And these pieces will now go there. These small things are now going to be in a different spot, but I must find a small bag that fits them, and that bag has soon been found. That bag can be this bag now that I take elephant out. These are metal pieces which differ in consistency, heft, and satisfaction from plastic pieces. These pieces are now in a bag. That makes me feel better. These bags will now go in this spot there. Now we have other pieces. These are the pieces that smash together, and this is bag. Going to look through these, and this makes it all the way to huge board. I will not open because I worry about other things. I will now try to get punchboards out. So many punchboards. At a certain point, this video does not seem to justify all of these things. I am going to take this out, and this out, and this out, and this out. These look like boards of families in game. I do believe I have metal coins, but not sure if it's Pax Pamir or this one. At this point, I stop. At this point, I stop. I get punch boards here, and I organize them. And now I put punch boards down, and I have other punch boards. The only thing I will do before I finish is find the piece that has other pieces to put on them. Found. Now done. But don't know what goes on it. Devon will look for that. Devon struggles and does not find. Not sure what all goes. That, potentially, yes. That goes. But is there another? Is there another? Unsure. Devon will now stop. I don't know what's happening anymore. This game is big, and it has things. These are tokens. They're cardboard, and there are many. They are many. They are legion, and resistance is futile. John Company. John Company. John Company. I'm so screwed. I'm so screwed. Let me know what you think.